I want to react to this video of Strongman Personal Finance talking about how YouTube is a cesspit and he might get away from YouTube. I think that most of the people on YouTube, they don't know how to use YouTube as a creators because they think like everybody else. They think like everybody else. People that, go and create content on YouTube, they go there, they want to make money from YouTube. So they want to make money from ad revenue, they want to make money from sponsorships, and all the traditional ways of making money on YouTube. And I never looked at it like this. I don't care about YouTube ad revenue. You don't ever see me saying this video is sponsored by so-and-so. I don't use YouTube this way. But yet, YouTube is the best marketing machine, marketing tool that there is. But let me just first react to some of the things, and then I'm going to elaborate more why I think YouTube is the greatest marketing tool.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. It may be time to slowly start transitioning away from YouTube. It may be time to leave. I came on here really thinking that I could make a difference. And it just, nothing happens. Doesn't matter. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to actually listen to solid investment principles. They just want to 20x on their Robinhood accounts and listen to absolute scamming, manipulating scum. And I've realized the scammers cannot be defeated. They're not going away. And then I come on here, I call them out. I'm right. I'm always right. I'm always right with these clowns. Just give it time. And it doesn't make a difference.
This kind of reminds me of my early days in dancing. And it doesn't surprise me. When you're young, you think that, giving people the right information, showing them how to succeed is going to make a difference. People are not interested. People are not interested in losing weight the way it works, which means eat properly, go to the gym, exercise, and it will happen. That's the secret to doing it. Why do you think that all these weird diets that don't work are marketed? Because people want to believe in fantasies, and it's never going to change. The same thing in finance. Of course, the finance YouTubers that give you sugar and promise you unrealistic things, of course they're going to flourish on YouTube because they give people hope. Those methods don't really work, but they give people hope. But of course, doing it the long way works. Have a job, save money, put it in retirement accounts, and slowly over 30 years get rich. People are not interested in that. They don't want to think about how they're going to be rich when they're 60 or 70 years old. They want to get rich today. So, of course, they're going to listen to this advice.
At a certain point, I'm like, why am I doing this? I mean, think about what I get from YouTube. Okay, I get maybe $500 in ad revenue a month. Wow.
You see, so this is one of the things that it's short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. 3 inches, 3 inches in front of your face is you're making $500 from YouTube per month, and I'm putting this much money into it. I could be doing so much better with something else. But that's short-term thinking. That's 3 inches in front of your face. It's not what can I do with an audience 5, 10 years down the road. It's today I'm making $500 per month versus I could be charging so much doing something else.
Okay, with the skill set that I have, if I focus on things that made me more money, I wouldn't even need to do YouTube. You know, the amount of time that I put into YouTube, it's not a lot, obviously, but I've definitely put a lot of time into YouTube, and for the financial reward, it really hasn't paid off that much. And the reason being,
I actually think that he did pretty great because I remember his channel had 1,000 subscribers probably like 12 months ago because I was looking at his channel and now he 10x'd. He has over almost 12,000 subscribers now. My channel had way more subscribers than his, and now he surpassed me. So I don't agree that it hasn't paid off. It hasn't paid off in terms of getting paid per month because I still think he's looking at it the wrong way. And I'm sure he understands the long way, but a lot of people looking at it are looking at YouTube the wrong way.
is, you know, if you're not grifting, if you're not really like pumping trash, you don't make a lot of money. Think about it. Your growth of your channel is limited, you know, unless you really want to do good editing and all that crap, which I don't have time for that. Your growth is limited.
Editing doesn't make that much difference. I tried that editing. People come to listen to you for your personality, for what you have to say. They don't care too much about the editing.
Because you're not promising people what they want to hear. You're not telling them what they want to hear. They want to hear that, you know, they can just be losers and put some money in their Robinhood account, and, you know, after the McDonald's shift, and then they can 20,000x and retire early, which isn't going to happen. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear that you can't be a loser. You have to work hard. You have to save your money. You have to max your tax advantage accounts, and you'll be wealthy in your 50s and 60s, which is that's the reality.
So this is the thing that, yeah, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to wait till 50, 60 to get rich and to, you know, live a luxurious life. Yeah, of course. But that's not the only way to get rich. If you look at the people on the, you know, Forbes list, how did they get rich? Did they get rich by maxing their tax accounts and investing in index funds? I doubt it. Most of them got rich because they were involved in some kind of business. They either started a business or were like early investors in the business. They weren't really, you know, doing it the safe way. So that's another way that people really look at investing the wrong way. They don't think about it, is that they are involved in an ownership of a business. And if you get involved in an ownership of a business that is going to do well, and if they don't, you know, overpay for it, you know, anything can happen. I mean, look at Elon Musk, right? The richest person on the planet now, and he didn't do it the safe way, right? So there's many different ways to get wealthy, not just one way, not just, you know, investing in index funds.
And the only people that get wealthy are the people selling the lies. And it's like, why? Like, why waste this time? You know, I mean, when I tutor, I charge $75 an hour. I'm going to be launching I'm going to go balls to the wall and, try to grow a tax business this upcoming tax season. I tried it last tax season, but it was way too, I started way too late in the tax season. I was like, hey, maybe I could do people's taxes. And it was like April 10th or something. But, I can make way more money doing people's taxes. And it's like people will actually thank me for it. Here it's...
And so this kind of reasoning happens all the time to all of us. And it makes a lot of sense. But this kind of reasoning also is what keeps you at your job forever. I cannot tell you how many friends I have. They cannot get out of a certain job because of 3 inches in front of your face. I can make this much money here. Why would I want to do this? Well, because here, yes, you can make this much money, but here you are selling your time for money, and you only have so much time. Here, this might have a future, but you have to invest and put in the work maybe for many years without seeing the financial reward, so that sometime in the future, this becomes scalable and this becomes something that you don't sell your time for money. So 3 inches in front of your face, I can do taxes or I can do tutoring for this much per hour versus I'm putting so many hours here and I'm barely paying anything. But they're not really comparable.
You try to tell people that they're making stupid decisions and that they're going to get burned in the long run, and they just don't care. They don't care. But if you do tax, it's like, wow, you did my taxes and you did a good job, Chris, and I'm so happy with my refund or whatever. Or you tutor somebody and they say, thank you, Chris. I mean, I get like rave reviews from my tutoring website. I've got a 5-star tutor. It's nice to like be thanked for teaching somebody something that actually is worthwhile.
And I'm sure he's a great tutor. But again, this kind of business is selling time for money. When I was teaching ballroom dance lessons, people thanked me too. They paid me $80 for 45 minutes. But I was selling time for money. And at the back of my mind, I always wanted to not do it. I always wanted to make money without selling time.
That's not the case on YouTube. On YouTube, it's the exact opposite. If you try to talk reason to people, you get smashed. Like, you get just like absolutely attacked. And if you're a scamming piece of filth, you can't lose because there's always stupid people. So
I'm not sure how much I agree with this. Well, I agree with the fact that, yes, there's always stupid people. But if you, let's say, talk about, like he does, about index funds, there is a certain population of people that can resonate with this because it has a lot to do with personality too. So if you're talking to 100 people, okay, so let's say 80% of them are not interested, but 20% are somewhat interested, and 5% becomes super interested, and 1% becomes your client. That 1% of, let's say, 1 million can make a huge difference.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not quitting right now, but YouTube has definitely become less of a priority because the longer I go, the more I realize that there is no winning, and it doesn't pay enough money. It really doesn't. So if I sell,
Yeah, it doesn't pay enough money, but you need to look at it differently. It's not about, and I'm going to talk about why it's the greatest marketing tool. Don't think of it as what you get paid from ad revenue.
slowly transitioned, like, if taxes, like if I start pulling in a bunch of clients during this upcoming tax season, where I could charge $150 an hour, why would I do YouTube? One tax return, I could make more than I freaking do on a month of YouTube. That's crazy. It's true. So, oh man, good times. Keep buying your clown stocks. I don't care anymore. Obviously, you're all just going to beat the market. The buffoonery. Anyway, I need to get to work. I don't grift, so I have to go to a job. What a loser. Cheers.
So, what do I mean by YouTube being the greatest marketing tool? You see, I haven't had a job since I was 29 years old. I'm 43 now. So 14 years that I didn't have a job. And during those years, I tried so many different things to become financially independent, to start different businesses. As you know, I wrote books, I launched different products. And so I've been around and I had the experience of what it's like to look for clients. So you can look for clients in things like when I had a ballroom dance studio, we would advertise in like Yellow Pages. Back then it was Yellow Pages. We paid $3,000 for ad in Yellow Pages back then. $3,000. And you know how many phone calls we got from that $3,000 ad? 2. And you don't know that until you try things. And why did we do the Yellow Pages? Well, because in another studio that we were in, when we were doing the survey of how did you hear about us, about half of the people would always say Yellow Pages, Yellow Pages, Yellow Pages. So then when we went out on our own, we advertised in the Yellow Pages. And this is the return that we got. Then I tried to do other things with other businesses, and I would join like networking groups, Chamber of Commerce, and I would go to all these meetings and have lunches with people, and it was such a waste of time. It was such a waste of time because you're trying to run a business, but then you have to look for clients, and everybody at these meetings is either a real estate agent, insurance salesman. It's like everybody is trying to sell something to you and you're trying to get business from them. And it was just so frustrating. And here it is. Here I am on YouTube. I can turn on the camera, I can talk, and I can have hundreds or thousands of people choosing to tune in or not. And I can reach people from all over the world. I can be myself, and I can connect with people that want to connect, that want to have something in common, that resonates with you. Oh, I can talk about my investment philosophy. I don't have to sell you on the idea. I can just talk about it, and you get to know me. You get to know my personality, and if you like me, you might want to do business with me. This would never happen in the Chamber of Commerce. because I would never get the opportunity to speak to so many people. But on YouTube, this is possible. The kind of opportunities that I was exposed to by being myself on YouTube is just tremendous. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would never hear about Aduro, because Aduro came to me because of the work that I've done. On YouTube, right? Some people saw what I did with Oracle, what I did with Voxter, and they wanted me to do the same thing with Aduro. So that became an opportunity. Then after doing what I'm doing with Voxter, the cannabis dispensary would have never happened if it wasn't for that. The diabetes company would have never happened if it wasn't for that. So, like, people are looking at it the wrong way. It's like, if I wanted to take the route of, like, let's say what Strongman is doing, teaching people about, index investing and things like this, I would probably go the route of maybe becoming a financial advisor and growing assets under management and, helping people invest in these things, because there is a percentage of people that would like to do that, but they need help. And YouTube is a way that you can sell by just talking about your philosophy, and a small percentage of people would resonate with this. But thinking of YouTube as, I want to make ad revenue and I want to make sponsorship, that's just very tiny, typical way that everybody else thinks. YouTube is the greatest marketing machine, marketing tool, and people are missing the point of it.